So you want to know what microphone to get? Well, you're in the right place. So stick around and I'll tell you all about the different kinds of microphones. Hello everybody, my name is Sam K, and I'm going to help you decide what microphone you want to use for your video production. Now, as you can see, I got a couple different, well, not a couple different, but I have this microphone right down here, which is a lavalier microphone, and then I got this guy right here, which is my dedicated voiceover microphone, and I also got, if I can get it, this guy, which is a shotgun / boom microphone. Now, I'm going to show two different ways to use this, and and you guys are actually currently listening to this guy. Sorry, I have this new software that I can use with my TV, so that I can see what's going on camera and I can get all the focus right and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, let's jump right into it with the first one, which is the onboard audio, which I will switch to now. Okay, so now you're listening to the onboard audio. Really what the onboard audio is for is basically like if you are vlogging or something and all you have is a DSLR. I would not recommend onboard audio. You guys probably hear my computer fans right now. You probably hear everything. It probably sounds so echoey. So yeah. So we're going to switch back to lavalier right now. Okay, and now we're back to lavalier. So this is what a lavalier mic sounds like. You guys obviously knew it from the very beginning that the lavalier mic sounds awesome. So yeah, that's what that sounds like. So now I will switch over to the shotgun mic, and I'm going to show two different ways of doing that. So I will be right back whenever I got everything plugged up. Okay, so I apologize if the camera angle changed, but now we have the shotgun mic, which is what you're hearing right now. It's actually being fed directly into the camera. So yeah, that sounds a little bit. You guys might not be able to hear my computer fans. I'm not sure. I've never mounted the shotgun mic on top of the camera before at this angle, where it's right below my computer. But yeah, that's basically what the shotgun mic sounds like, right above the camera, with my computer right here with all its fans and whatnot. So yeah, let's jump to the other way to use a shotgun mic. And what you're hearing right now is another way to use a shotgun mic. This is called a boom setup. Basically, if you've never heard of a shotgun mic, you probably have heard of a boom mic. And this is kind of how it came about. It's on a boom stand, all that kind of stuff. It's the best solution if you're making a movie and you need audio right next to the person, because you can get it pretty close. And then if you want to add those cinematic borders that are very popular, you can hide it like that. Or if you want to make a full screen movie without those cinematic borders, you can zoom in and just a tiny bit, just have it at the very top of the frame in most cases, and zoom in a little bit and it'll be gone. So yeah, that's how that works. Okay, and now we are using the voiceover mic, which this one's actually ATR 2500, and it sounds pretty good in my opinion. I used it in the last Tuesdays with KA to help you sync up your audio, and I thought it sounded awesome. And I use this whenever I am doing any of my gameplay commentary. It's a great vocal microphone. If you want to do voiceovers, I highly recommend this. It has very natural sound to it. It doesn't It gets all the highs, lows, mids, and it doesn't bring out too much bass. It just very natural sounding, very awesome. I like it a lot. Now I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of each of this, but I'm going to switch back to this guy. So I will be back. Okay, and I'm back on my Lavalier mic. There is one other system that you can use, and it's called the wireless lavalier. Basically, it's almost like recording your audio separately. Well, recording on a lavalier separately, except it feeds straight into the camera. You know how it is. But anyway, the pros and cons of all of these. The pros of using a lavalier system is that it's literally right up against you. The cons are that it doesn't capture the room ambience. So if you're like in a dungeon or something, or you're in a echoey area that you want to like do echo, echo, echo with cool stuff like that or whatever, it will not capture that because it isolates your voice too much. As you can probably tell, you probably don't even hear my fans that much, and if you do, it's probably just a low. So it does manage to do that. So for talking head videos, it's perfect. The lavalier system is perfect, and the wireless lavalier system allows you to do it from far away. But like I said, it does not capture the ambience of anything. The onboard mic, the pros of it is that you don't have to hook up anything, that kind of stuff. Nothing has to be hooked up, nothing has to be done. So that's one of the pros of it. The cons, obviously, like I said, it's echoey. It's too echoey. It captures even if you're not in an echoey room, it gets too much echo because it literally captures everything. Plus, it captures any wind noise. The only time that I can really think that the onboard mic would be useful in a movie kind of setup is if you're doing a found footage movie, because the wind noise does help sell the fact that you're in found footage and your character's just picking up a camera and being like, oh shit, here it is. So that is one type of setup that I think is whenever it's really acceptable. Now, obviously, there's pros and cons to shotgun mics. Moving on to those, the pros and cons of shotgun mics, the two ways of using them. The pros are that if you're mounting on top of the camera, it's really easy. It keeps all the cords in one place. And it gives you much better audio. The con of it is that you can't get too far away if your shotgun mic's mounted on top, or else you won't get audio that well. Now with a boom solution, it kind of eliminates that distance problem. However, there is the issue of not getting the boom, or keeping the boom setup out of the shot. That's very hard to do. There's also the issue of if your actor or character gets too close to it, you're gonna get some noise, like breathing into it, and it's gonna cause some noise that happens, and it's going to sound bad. But typically it's set up, most of the time your boom's going to be set up above, so that's not always an issue. If you have a boom or a shotgun mic that has two settings, the normal and the tele, the normal is definitely for inside because it'll, like I said, capture everything. And then if you want to do stuff outside, definitely use the tele mode because it'll isolate everything from the sides and just capture directly in front. Sometimes it's called the on and then the low cut filter option. It just really depends. Or normal and low cut filter. Some of them have a plus 10 dB boost or a negative 10, or sometimes a plus 20. It just really depends. But like I said, those are the pros and cons. Now, voiceover mic, I'd highly you can use those as boom mics. I would not recommend it though, especially if you don't have anything to capture the audio to, because they're typically USB mics. So if you don't have like a laptop that you have on set or on set, like sounds so professional. If you don't have a microphone or you don't have a laptop that's in your shooting area, it definitely makes it a lot more difficult to do what you need to do. So yeah, that's a big issue if you're trying to use it as a boom mic. Also, typically they're very sensitive, so you'll need like a shock mount so that you don't get heavy vibrations. They also have issues with popping, so you need to get either a foam windscreen to put on them, or get a little pop filter. Those are pretty cheap, but that's they're typically very good. Now if you want to get certain types of microphones, the ones that I can recommend, for lavalier mics, I'd highly recommend anything from Audio-Technica or Movo. They have lavalier systems, or a Sony lavalier set. You can get a wireless or a wired lavalier set. It's up to you. I'll leave some links in the description to things that I think you can get. For shotgun mics / boom mics, I definitely recommend anything from Rode that's above the anything from the Video Mic Go and up. Those are great mics. I can also recommend the Movo VXR40, the Rode NTG 1 through 4. Those are dedicated boom mics. They actually are meant to be set up on stuff. I can also recommend the what's it called? There's one thing that's called the Takstar SGC 98. Also very good. So yeah, those are some shotgun mics that I can recommend. As far as voiceover mics, I definitely recommend the Audio-Technica ATR 2500, or its big brother, the Audio-Technica AT 2020. Or the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is a very popular option. Now, how much are you? Now, the big question comes is how much are you going to spend? For shotgun mics, depending on which one you get, you can spend anywhere from $30 for the Takstar up to I think $1,000 is how much the NTG4 is. So they're pretty expensive. That's pretty expensive. For lavalier systems, again, it's anywhere, you can spend anywhere from like $15 to thousands of dollars. I can't even remember the most expensive one that I've seen on Amazon. For voiceover mics, I'd also recommend the Blue Snowball. If you don't want to spend a ton, I'd recommend that's the lowest you go. So for that, you can go anywhere from like $40 to several $1,000s again. But as far as like if you want to make it cheap, depending on your budget, if you have a very tight, very, very tight budget, the lowest I'd say to go is the Blue Snowball. And there's an Ice, which is I think a little bit cheaper. If you have a little bit more money, go for the CAD U37. A little bit more expensive, but it sounds a lot better. And if you have definitely I can recommend this guy, the ATR 2500. The Blue Yeti is a very popular option. However, it is about $100. I got mine for $90, certified refurbished, which is just a word. And it costed me about $90. It's a very popular solution because of its price point. But if you are in a tight budget, the one I definitely recommend more than anything is the CAD U37. It sounds great, and for $50, no, not ballers, $50, it's a very good microphone. It has a -10 dB pad, and it has a low cut filter on it. Very good, and it's very natural sounding. So, okay, so I actually kind of realized that I did not give a conclusion to what I was doing, or to what I thought was best for video production. Like I said earlier, for found footage movies, definitely the onboard audio, because it helps really sell that, like, this is a found footage kind of deal. For most video productions, the shotgun mic. That's definitely, and this lavalier is actually not being recorded separately. I plugged it into the camera because I was editing and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to give them my conclusion. So yeah, the shotgun mic is, if it's non-found footage, definitely use that. You can use it as a boom stand, or booms. What I like to do is mix it up. I use it in a boom setup and I use it on top of the camera, depending on the situation. I wouldn't recommend a lavalier system for video production. Focus. Unless you're really needing like that far away shot or something like that, I would not recommend it. Like if you really need that really far away shot, that's the only time that I can recommend it, and I'd recommend a wireless system with that. So yeah, that's my conclusion. That's pretty much everything. So thank you everybody so much for watching. As usual, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Check out all the some content I create, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye. We'll be right back.